Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews. I'm reviewing Battle Los Angeles, the movie starring Aaron Eckhart, Robert Pena, Bridget Moynihan, Michelle Rodriguez, and let me just get some stuff up here. Yep, this movie was done in 2011. It's basically a military combat deployment where you're in the thick of it in Los Angeles against aliens. And I gotta say that this movie is well done. They have news reports and all this stuff right in the nitty gritty. Now, the movie starts where the Marines are basically being deployed into Los Angeles to be dropped so that they can rescue some civilians before the Air Force levels Santa Monica, because the aliens have dug in that far. Now, they show the beginning of that deployment, and then they cut to 24 hours before everything goes to hell. Now, that is a brilliant touch in my opinion, because it lets you learn who these characters are, and the wonderful thing that they do on this movie is they put up the names of each character. Eckhart's character is Michael Nance. He's a staff sergeant and whatnot. And they also put the name and ranks of all the people in the platoon that's going to be in the platoon that Nance is a part of, including the lieutenant and whatnot. Now, they show life of what's going on before they're redeployed, but this was before. But because of the aliens, their deployment is now a different deployment. And I gotta say, the way that they have the camera shakes during the combat situations in this movie, very well done. It's camera shaking because they want you to know that you're in a chaotic situation. They want you to feel what the Marines are feeling. And it really shows you you can get emotionally involved into this movie. You can feel some of what the Marines are feeling. You can understand that this is something that they've never dealt with before, so yeah, they're a little bit more shaken than what they would usually be in a combat situation. And I gotta say that even when they're not acting, or when they're not fighting in this movie, there are situations in this movie where the acting is just brilliantly done with Aaron Eckhart, Bridget Moynihan's character. Aaron Eckhart's character, Nance, has a little background on his character. What's not shown in the movie is that he led a platoon and in his last tour, and all of his men died. There was no right call that he could have made to save his men. And he made it out after he basically wiped out the enemy after his men died. Now, one of his platoon members was named Locket, and there's another Locket in this platoon who was the brother of that one. Now, all of these platoon members in the Marines all hear or heard that Nance got his men killed. So they have a bit of animosity when he's been put in their platoon to basically be second in command next to their lieutenant. So there's a scene later on after a civilian is killed, and where Eckhart's like, we're not going to let one more of those civilians die. We're going to get them all out alive. And Lockett's brothers, the surviving Locket, is like, you going to get us out too, or are we expendable? And the performance in that one scene just shows the dedication that these characters, or that these actors, had for this movie. Aaron Eckhart's performance in that scene, that one scene alone, was freaking phenomenal. And he kept in character all the way through. I mean, you could see his hand shaking right after every combat situation. You could see how shaken he is during certain things. You really get a taste of the mentality of each and every one of these characters. And it's just so well put together. Now, objectively, this movie is flawed. The special effects could be better, but still, even when this movie was being made, the special effects were at their peak and they were pushing boundaries. So I'm not really going to fault that. So objectively, I will give this movie an 8 out of 10, 4 out of 5. So subjectively, it's 5 out of 5, and so is moviegoer. I really this movie pulls you in emotionally in several different directions. You can feel anger, you'll feel sadness, you'll feel courage, and all that sort of stuff. It's really a well put together movie, and I highly recommend it for those who have not seen it yet. Anyway, folks, that is going to wrap up this review. I truly hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, what you thought of this movie. How would you rate it? What did you like about it? What didn't you like about it? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below, folks. Anyway, this has been Orange Hat Reviews. Stay humble.